Good, thank you.
So I'll be presenting the whole presentation today. So we'll be talking about the can social media consumption behavior shape personalities, a comparison between Gen Z and Gen Alpha. So um, I wrote this paper along with my faculty, Miss Mashruha Zabeen, and we will be representing East West University. So in the fast-paced digital era, where social media has become an integral part of our daily lives, a fundamental question really arises: can our social media consumption behavior shape our personalities? Today, we delve into the intriguing intersection of technology and identity, exploring whether the way we engage with social media platform has a lasting impact on who we are, we will be examining this phenomenon through the lens of two distinct generations, which are Gen Z and Gen Alpha, to understand the evolving dynamics of social media influence. So, before we delve into the heart of the discussion, I want to share a bit about myself and why this topic resonates with me. Um, I'm someone from the Gen Z. I'm only 22 years old and a fresh graduate, so I have witnessed the firsthand the profound impact that social media can have on individuals. This led me to question whether our online habits play a role in shaping who we are. So, let's know who the Gen Z and the Gen Alpha are.
Professor Khan?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Oh, is this just a video? Okay. We're losing your voice.
Oh. So the video is just about the introduction about the Gen Z and the Alpha, their characteristic, which
Okay.
parties they have. So this is just a symbolic thing. Rather than explaining the generation, I wanted to visualize this. So I will end the video here and let's go to the part what is media consumption behavior. So media consumption behavior is basically the way individuals or communities of people get involved with and consume numerous kinds of media, spanning podcasts, social media, online communities, newspapers, and magazines. Whereas personality is basically a reliable psychological trait that predicts numerous additional elements of a person's behavior, which may be grouped into five broad categories: extroversion, agreeableness, openness to new experience, emotional stability, and conscientiousness. So the research question was that can social media consumption behavior really have an influence in shaping personalities and how they differ among Gen Z and Gen Alpha? So the motto was to make a comparison. The purpose of the research was to find the answer to the question if social media consumption behavior can shape personalities, and a comparison has been made between Gen Z and Gen Alpha. So the literature based on the past literatures, five hypotheses were basically made, and the hypotheses were basically made on the Big Five personality model. So hypothesis one was that extroversion significantly influences media consumption behavior, contributes to the shaping of personalities, leading to diverse patterns in preferences, engagement, and perception. Hypothesis two is all about neuroticism significantly influences media consumption behavior, plays a substantial role in shaping personalities. And hypothesis three is openness to experience is positively correlated with diverse media consumption behavior and contributes to the formation of more common and adaptable personalities. And hypothesis four was about agreeableness. It states that agreeableness significantly influences media consumption behavior and plays a role in shaping personalities. And the last one is hypothesis five about conscientiousness and the media consumption behavior, the interaction between both of them. So for the methodology, a quantitative approach was applied for an exploratory study. Sample size data was collected from 150 respondents through 2 survey questionnaires, because we have 2 different generations, so 75 each. And the questionnaire design, 2 questionnaire was developed to collect the primary data. So the first segment of the questionnaire was a demographic part to collect the demographic information of the respondents, and in the last segment the respondents were asked to uh, fill up to rate the construct items on a 4-point Likert scale. And then we had a pre-test and pilot survey conducted on 20 individuals to refine the questionnaire based on feedback and to know if the theoretical frame was what fit or not. And our target audience, as mentioned before, is Gen Z and Gen Alpha. And the sampling plan, the sample has been collected with 2 methods depending on the generation. As I mentioned before, the questionnaire was different. For the Gen Z, to eliminate bias, the sample chosen using a simple random sampling procedure. It is to be mentioned that Gen Z were more available to us than the Gen Alpha. So to eliminate the bias, we had to do this. And through the selection was arbitrary. We tried to make it representative as we could, choosing by individuals from wide range of ages, educational levels, and other factors. But for the sampling of Gen Alpha, the sample was collected directly. All the students present in the class falling to the age cohort of Gen Alpha were considered. Then the theoretical framework, as I mentioned before, the theoretical framework is based on the Big 5 personality model. So these 5 things are the construct, and for extroversion, there are 4 variables. Neuroticism, there are 3 variables. Same for openness to experience, and 2 for agreeableness, and another 2 for conscientiousness. And these influence both the personality and social media consumption behavior. And there is a vague relationship till now is between the personality and social media consumption behavior, and we will see if they make sense in the other part. So for the result, I have shown the demographic analysis from gender. It's for the Gen Z, and this is the demographic result for Gen Alpha. And in this part of the result part, we have made a comparison, and from the demographic results, we have seen that the Gen Alphas are much more influenced by social media consumption behavior, and their personalities are much more influenced by these personality factors than Gen Alpha, and this is based on the demographic factor. And if we see the regression analysis to know if our model was fit or not, the results of in this case, the R square in this case is 0.934, as we can see from the model summary, which suggests that 93.4% of the variable dependent can be accounted in the change in independent variables, and the variables, the modified R square close to the origin R square. This suggests that the data had a very low error rate. We can conclude that the regression model fits the model well. Additionally, the ANOVA significance level was 0.00, almost 0, demonstrates how well the independent variables predicts the dependent variable, customer personality. So discussion and conclusion, the study objective is that investigating whether social media consumption behavior has an impact on shaping personality. If I say about the analysis approach, employing the Big 5 personality model is the factor contributing to personality development through social media consumption. The finding is that the study indicates that where there is a correlation between personality and social media behavior is not definitely that strong, but there is a positive relationship suggesting an influence. And the general difference is that notably the effects of social media consumption behavior on personality shaping appear more pronounced among younger generation, which are the Gen Alpha compared to Gen Z. So the overall implication is that while the study doesn't conclusively assess social media entirely shapes personality, it underscores a significant relationship between the two with varying degree of impact across the different generations. So the limitation of the study, I have to mention that the limited sample size, the sample size was really small this time because we had a time limit, because it was a project work from a university. We only have a 4 to 5 month time. So the study of the sample size is 150 evenly between generation. It's a minimum requirement for generalization. However, future research should benefit for a larger and more sample. Generation and the generation alpha literature gap, due to generation alpha being an emerging generation with a limited literature, the study's review was constrained. The research will like to have more extensive resources for exploration. And the fourth Gen Z sampling, single school survey was done because we had a limited time. The survey was focused on one school and potentially introducing bias. Future studies should aim broader sample across various schools and regions for comprehensive understanding. And the future research scope can be for national scope. The research could be done on Bangladesh, on a huge scope, and longitudinal studies can be done on media consumption behavior and personality traits, revealing causal links and adjustment and mediating factors, investigate variables like parental, peer pressure, cultural context, self-awareness, and all. So this was all my part. Thank you so much for listening and giving your precious time.